Diosdado and the party and the National Assembly. So here we have the report of the incidence of the rains. So the rains came through Venezuela, so we learned about three weather situations. Number 6, 7, and 8, which is just passing by at this very moment. So this situation creates a cumulus of humidity condensation, clouds, and all of this makes it even more complicated, because together with all of this condensation and heat and moisture increases the amount of water and heat of global warming. So all of this generates more condensation. And this has generated an enormous amount of water that has affected important states, and we have had to send machinery, resources, and trying to prevent in real time possible damages. I'd like to receive the governor to give us some report. He's actually there with the military command and the armed forces from Venezuela, always present. So they're consequent with the people of Venezuela. Let's go straight from the Arab world into the Venezuelan Andes. Are we ready? So let's give a quick report. So, good evening, Mr. President. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the people of Venezuela, because you're doing your official program, and at the same time you are following the reports here. So actually we have seen a lot of damage in the whole territory, and in particular in the state of Mérida. And most of the damage we saw at Santa Elena de Arenal and San Rafael de Alcázar, sectors of Caño Moro, and so far we've seen, as part of the report, we've also seen the Cuban mission of doctors. So we have actually suffered losses of 18 homes. We saw a landslide caused by the big accumulation of water that was not able to resist, and so they fell and they were dragged by the rivers. And we have actually had 65 homes losing part of their stuff, as well as some other homes that have lost part of the construction itself. We have not suffered any loss of life, and we have been able to rescue 3 people in a car, 1 person, another one stuck in the house. So the fire squad was able to reach a place and rescue the person. And in this case, we also saw the loss of a gas station, where all of the tanks of storage were contaminated with mud because of the increase in the level of this river. So we're actually doing the recovery of Caño Tigre and Caño Moro, the entire electric grid that was pushed by the river. We've lost 7 vehicles and vehicles with engines, and so we've seen also damage in schools, and we have immediate rescue operations, and the Ministry of Education also is participating in all of this rescue. And actually we had damage in 2 dams and 2 water reservoirs that provide for these sectors, and we've had communication with the head of this unit, and he's telling us about the losses of houses and everything affected in these rivers. So the team that is doing this rescue has provided amounts of proteins and food for about 700 families. So we're talking about 10 tons of food. And likewise, Mr. President, I'd like to thank the Vice President and the team of Public Works and Transportation, because in a record time we have rescued heavy machinery to ditch canals and rivers, too many shovels, and we have activated the some of this equipment that tried to remove debris and trees that were dragged by the rivers. So the Ministry of Trade is also providing hygiene kits, clothing, and for these families that were affected, we've activated 3 cisterns of water, and we have also activated certain teams of safety institutions to try to clean the main roads, because all of these happened in the Pan American area that connects Merida with Táchira, and this is an important access that has seen damage in the routes, and so we're doing our preventive work there. So I have with me Major General Jose Santiago Martinez, who's doing operations in Zulia, and he has come immediately to provide more support here, and also the head of the Cuban mission, Frank Ravelo, Gerardo Molina. So I'd like to thank the Ministry of Health, because we have activated the provision of supplies for families in the area. So we're ready. We're ready to see to whichever health problems of the population, and we are expressing our thankfulness to the fire squad and our organized people. So from yesterday, we coordinated the works of rescuing people. So today we have actual material damages, but that will be recovered. However, we have not had to suffer any loss of lives. If I compare with August in Tobar last year, I can tell you that the amount of debris that we're seeing today surpasses enormously the event we had last year, especially because these are flat areas, and it stretched all over the southern sector of the lake. Yes, we are aware of the rain, and so the water is accumulated in the soil itself. And when the rains comes and we have situations like this, well, it is logical that we have these mudslides. So everything comes along. So Jason, to the people of Merida, I ask them to continue taking measures of precaution. The people of Merida has government. Now they do have a government with these young leader, with a civic and military togetherness. Perfect. So the people's power, the military power. So where the people actually require them, with all efforts, with all the intentions, and we will continue making all coordinations so that the entire support gets there. Those who are arriving now, I am arriving in Kuwait, the 4th country in this Eurasian and African tour, because we were in the north of Africa, Turkey. We went to the north of Africa, in Algiers. Turkey, as you know, is a big